Be warned, the following video talks about characters that have major roles in Beastars and may give away certain plot points and spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm also just a girl, standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Today, we'll be talking about the relationship between Louis the Red Deer and Juno the Grey Wolf, a ship that had become a staple in the fandom's many roster of canon pairings. Both are classified as main characters of the series, with personalities that are different enough to clash, yet somehow complement each other all the same. They are both students of Cheriton High School, with Juno being a freshman and Louis being her senior. At first glance, Juno looked like a typical 16-year-old student, social and outgoing, and treats animals around her with kindness and a friendly demeanor. It was only with her first interaction with Louis that she revealed a part of herself that the Red Deer wasn't quite prepared for.
Wait.
Louis, I think you hate me.
What?
You hate all carnivores, don't you?
She's stronger than she looks. Most people seem to gloss over the fact that she is still a wolf due to her cute appearance and friendly nature. It is with her social and outgoing personality and her determination to befriend everyone is where she draws her strength from. So, in contrast, Louis is rather different from her. We all know who this Red Deer is. Louis is the proud, headstrong, and self-reliant senior of the school, an introvert in every sense of the word, and stubbornly believes that he can never ever rely on anyone else but himself. In the eyes of a complete stranger, the Red Deer appears to be arrogant and self-righteous, but underneath that mask was a deep-rooted insecurity about his strength. Now, with the difference of personalities, clashes are bound to happen. Juno is a very social animal, as wolves tend to be as they live in packs. She wants to be friends with everyone, while Louis is relatively against it. It's the whole introvert-extrovert thing. One person wants to go out and be active and social, the other just wants to be left alone. It would seem Louis simply isn't the type to date someone who is so touchy-feely as Juno. He tends to hide his emotions as opposed to Juno, who prefers to wear her heart on her sleeve. He would feel uncomfortable with any open displays of affection that Juno would try to engage him in. And if you could remember, he had had a relationship with Haru, albeit just a physical one and nothing more. He is a lot more accustomed to this kind of intimacy, merely just having physical relations, but in emotional terms, it's completely hollow and empty. Which is, of course, the kind of relationship that Juno just wasn't after. Not to mention Louis' glaring problems with commitment. Him and Haru's relationship may have been just a physical one, but when Haru started wanting more out of it, he just up and left. So we're faced with quite a dilemma here. One craves affection and is ready to devote herself to a mate, the other is scared of emotional intimacy and fears commitment. So it would seem that the ship is bound to sink. Or is it? In terms of relationships, both Louis and Juno seem to clash poorly, but in some aspects, they complement each other quite well. Juno's positive energy could be exactly what Louis needs in his negative life. For as long as Louis had been alive, pressures of responsibility had been thrust upon him, expectations of who he was, what he was going to be, and what he would represent, things he never actually asked for when Oguma took him under his wing. Every aspect of his life had been planned out, his future was certain, and it had affected him negatively. Now, we don't know Juno's family background, yet judging by the way she acts, it would seem her childhood growing up was a completely different experience. What if Juno, with all of her kindness and affection, could be an escape from these responsibilities that have caged Louis for so long? Juno's tenderness could help Louis break out of his shell and start letting people into his life, allowing the red deer to be more social and relaxed. Although, Louis isn't the only person that would benefit from this relationship as well. With all of her quirky personality and possessive nature, Juno is still just a girl, a rather lonely girl at that. She had set her sights on Legoshi at one point, only to have her heart broken as soon as she found out that he was already devoted to someone else. Having Louis around as a significant other could potentially cure her loneliness, and she would finally have someone to devote her love and affection to. So we ask now, will this ship sink or sail? Personally, as an avid Louis x Juno shipper, I'd say it would definitely sail. As opposite as their personalities might be, strangely enough, they mesh together quite well. But what do you think? Will this ship work, or is it destined to sink? Let's talk about that in the comments section down below. This has been your fellow degenerate Cook Boss 88, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. See ya!